the Martins were interrelated. You had families in Ballyduff who were first cousins to the family in Ballyfaskin, and you also had Martins in Kilscannon in Galbally who were also cousins of the other two a little bit further out. But the Ballyfaskin, Ballyduff Martins were very close.
Tell me the story about Daniel O'Connell.
There is a story out there, and it is true. Bob Martin's grandfather actually he was a follower of Daniel O'Connell, and he went to all of his meetings all over the country. And we found a piece of newspaper in the house in Ballyfaskin, which was an obituary to the man himself, and it stated that he was a centenarian. He was 104 when he died, and apparently one of the big meetings which was held by O'Connell was held in the Ballyfaskin area, and we have a feeling that it may have been on the Martin farm. There is a kind of a natural, shall we call it, an amphitheatre up there in Ballyfaskin, where there's one field which runs pretty high, and you could actually see where a person with a booming voice could stand up there and address a mass gathering down below. It's possible. You had the Reformation all over Ireland. Well, then Galbally, like every other place, became reformed, and so we had this particular church was a Protestant church for a period, and the old rector's house, which was just beside the church, is now gone completely. It was known as the Glebe, and the rector, the house was knocked and go together.
Who are the Sampsons?
They're one of the real old families in the parish. They came originally from Spittle, and would be probably more near related to the guys that you were talking to last night, because they were Kylogs, Ardrahan area. There's an 1829 one now. That's in Knockcam. Mr. John Sampson died 17th of September 1742.
Aged 85 years.
Yeah, and his wife Margaret Sampson, alias Cantwell. So they would have been the Cantwells who intermarried with the Masseys. So there are the Cantwells are actually buried in this part of the church. I know that. So there it is. There's the connection there.
Where does this name Piggott come from?
They came from the Barna area. That's where they seem to have lived all their, back to several generations. And again, it's I think, a Norman imported name again.
And was it a tradition for the women to be buried with their family? And
yeah,
how strict were people about this?
They were up to about the 50s, I think, or maybe 60s even. The women seem to go back to their own family, but nowadays husbands and wives they go together. They take a grave and go together. And
so, what sort of drugs are people using around here?
Mainly cannabis, and I think cocaine has actually arrived, and the usual stuff that they're all at. You can get it in Galbally. It's available everywhere. Unfortunately, the country is rife with drugs at the present moment. But we do know that there are drug parties being held in here from time to time.
In the cemetery?
In the cemetery.